With Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled coming out in a matter of weeks, what can we expect for the final roster of the game? Let's discuss right now.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
A quick shout out to Pootis. This is a fan art of Metal Duckos and I love it. I love the facial expression in this one. I kind of want to make this an emoji on my chat box and Discord server actually. So if you're out there and you would be okay with that, then let me know in the comment section below because I'd love to do that. But thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where today we actually got a really special guest with me. I have Johnny Cooper 64. Say hi to the people, Johnny.
What is up, guys? This is me, Johnny Cooper 64 here, and today, I came here from another planet to join with RidersDX on this collab.
Yeah, we're probably from different planets to be honest. We're not really Earthlings.
Yeah. It's all part of the lore.
So in today's video, we got an interesting video. So Johnny Cooper he makes a lot of Crash Bandicoot content, and Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled is coming out in a couple weeks or so. There's a lot of discussion about like who the final characters will be in the final roster. And so this is actually a two-part video. This is the first part. There will be a second part on Johnny's channel, which I definitely recommend you go check out afterwards. But basically in both of our videos, we're gonna take certain characters and just kind of talk about like the likelihood of them being in the game, and then we're just gonna talk about like whether or not we would want to see them in the game. And so yeah, it's gonna be lots of fun. We have some really interesting choices here, some that are really obvious and others that are not so obvious.
So let's start. You have Nina, right?
Yes, so the first one I have is Nina Cortex, who is the best Crash character of all time. So she like has to be in this game. Like I will die crying if she's not in this game.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity if she's not in it.
There's a very severe lack of female characters in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled right now, and so she would definitely be helping to fill like a very huge gap in like the roster. There are like certain pieces of evidence that she's actually like in the game. I remember that one screenshot that we got. I think it was during like a live stream with some Twitch streamers.
Yeah, the Nolan North, right?
Nolan North, yes. And then people saw Nina's face on one of the glasses in one of the tracks, and people basically saw that and thought that that was like a confirmation that she's gonna be in the game. But actually I was kind of wondering about this. I wonder if you can like help answer this, but like does that actually mean a confirmation, or could that also just be like a reference to her?
I think it might be probably a confirmation that she might be in it, because Embryo is also in there. He's not confirmed yet, and also Fake Crash and Cortex were in there. It makes sense, I guess, for them to be featured in the game.
Yeah, so I guess it's like a lot of people kind of took that and as like a confirmation. So and I kind of just went along with it because I don't feel like I'm as like knowledgeable in the Crash franchise as other people are. So I'm like, okay, all these people are like saying yes, this is a confirmation that Nina's in the game, and I want nothing more than to see her in the game. But I wasn't 100% sure if that was like full confirmation. So it looks like that's kind of like an assumption that she's gonna be in the game.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. Like her and Tana, which is the next character in your list, like they're both the most requested female characters besides Pasadena Opossum.
Oh yes. Well, I guess it's an easy choice because there's just not that many female characters in the Crash franchise in the first place. So it kind of dwindles down your choices, but Nina's really special to me personally because Crash Twinsanity was my very first Crash game, and it was what got me into the franchise. I mean, it basically convinced me to get Crash the Titans. Like that's how good the game was to me.
Yeah, and both of the two games actually featured Nina mostly, and also Cortex and Crash.
Yeah, Nina was like one of the only good things about Crash of the Titans. I just love seeing her in like the main villain role. She was really awesome, so I would love to see her.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a twist to not see Dr. Cortex, and it's also more of a refresher as well, because he's usually the bad guy.
I don't know, I guess Cortex has kind of gone soft in like the later games. Hopefully he kind of like picks it back up in the future. her.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
So the next person we have Tana, and so Tana is a very, very highly requested, I think by far the most requested of anyone.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. She's like never mostly been in the Crash series besides like Crash 1, right? And Crash Boom Bang, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's so random that she was in Crash Boom Bang, by the way.
Yeah, like her return and it's like a crappy party game.
But with Tana specifically, I can't recall, I hope you can help me with this, but like there was some kind of like, I don't know, I guess it was like an Instagram post that like was like teasing that she was gonna be in the game.
Yeah, I saw that. It was like this Poco, I think, fan page that asked Beanix to, you know, if they can add Tana, and then like Beanix replied with like a smiley face or something like that, right?
Was that ever confirmed to be real?
Yeah, I think somebody actually like linked the Instagram post, and they were able to click it, and you know it showed that. So I think it was real. Yeah, like out of all these like characters in the list, she has like the most ability to show up just because of that thing that Beanix said.
Okay, I'm glad that was confirmed to be like legit then, because I think when I saw that, I wasn't really sure if like that was like a legit like actual like screenshot, because people can kind of fake these things like any day.
Oh yeah, someone actually made a fake Nina leak like yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah. I'll paste it here if I can find it, but I knew that it was fake when I saw it because it looked a little bit too much like her Twin Sanity form. Every single character that they've put into this game that wasn't in other game in the Insane Trilogy, they like updated them. So they've like Crunch, for example, looks very, very different. Like not too different, but like he looks updated, you know, like
yeah, that Insane Trilogy feel.
And Nina in that one does not look like she was updated at all. So if she is in this game, she's gonna get an upgrade.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you think she'll have like the Twin Sanity look or the Mind of a Mutant look, or Titans? I mean,
I think probably Twin Sanity, just because that's more beloved in my opinion than those other two games. I mean, Nina did have a bigger role in like those other two games, but Twin Sanity was kind of like the place that most people got to know Nina from, and so that's the look they'll be expecting.
Now we go to Lab Assistant, which I don't know.
This one's very
yeah, that one's pretty weird.
So I've definitely seen a lot of support for like a Lab Assistant, which, you know, actually like I might get a lot of hate for saying this, but like it seems like it's coming from people that only want like Naughty Dog characters in the game, and then they're kind of like scrambling, like thinking, okay, what other Naughty Dog characters could we see in the game? And they're like, oh, let's go for like the enemies in the game.
Some people actually even went to the surface where they want the Hog from Crash 1 in the game. You know the Hog?
Yeah, I definitely know the Hog. It was when I got Insane Trilogy, of course I went for Crash 1 first, you know, the logical choice. And when I got to the Hog, I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Yeah, but I like the thing about the Hog is like he's not really much of a character like Polar or Pura, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like not as developed as like they are.
Yeah.
I will say though, like if the Lab Assistant did get into this game, there's a potential to give the Lab Assistant a lot of like different skins, at least, you know, of like other enemies that kind of fit in that motto. Yeah, so it could be a cool way of like implementing like other characters, I guess, but this has always been like a very confusing choice to me, to be honest.
Yeah, he is a pretty weird choice because he's just like an enemy, you know, that appears like in the background. Like you know, you kill him, but you know, that's like it, you know, usually.
But like has there been like any signs that he could be in this game? I can't recall seeing like anything personally.
In my opinion, I do not believe he shall be in the game, but Mario has like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this because I haven't played Mario Kart in a long time, but isn't the Koopa Troopa in the game as a playable character?
I'm pretty sure. Like yeah, I have Mario Kart on the Switch, and the last time I played it was like a month ago. I'm pretty sure there was someone like that. Yeah, I think there's quite a few enemies that are playable in Mario Kart, so yeah, I mean, it's not completely out of the question. I just think that there's a lot of other choices they can go with.
Yeah, other villains more interesting than the Lab Assistant, you know.
Alright, but let's move on to the next one, which is a really big one, is Spyro the Dragon.
A lot of people want this. Besides Tana, this is actually one of the most requested characters to be in Nitro-Fueled, and there's a lot of evidence, right?
Yeah, I remember when like back when this game was being teased and like about to be announced, I think there was like a few like pictures posted by the Spyro Twitter that kind of teased like Spyro like going to these like Crash team racing locations. Also, I'm pretty sure that Spyro was a playable character on like one of the Crash racing games.
Oh yeah, in the game Nitro Kart for the Game Boy Advance.
So technically, if they're gonna make all the Nitro Kart characters playable, then then Spyro should definitely be a part of that list.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it'll also make Spyro fans are not really much into the Crash series, they get to have Spyro, play a Spyro in there, so that'll be like a reason for them to buy the game and kind of introduce them to the Crash series. So it's kind of like a win-win type of deal.
I think it's pretty sweet that Crash and Spyro have managed to stay together all these years. Going through all the different developers and publishers, they eventually ended up right next to each other again. So I think it's just fate, honestly. It honestly just feels right to have like Spyro be a part of this game, and it would be a really cool way to like cross promote between the two franchises, which they do constantly. So you might as well just keep it going with this one.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. And if they have him, I guess he'll have like a track by himself, right? The first Spyro World type of track.
Well, you know how like every character has like a home track?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I read this somewhere, but some people were speculating that like Dragon Mines would be his home track, or like if like that was the reason it wasn't revealed yet, compared to other tracks.
Yeah, him and Komodomo are one of the reasons why people are saying that him and Spyro aren't revealed yet, or the track mostly because they're supposed to be featured in there or something like that.
I would like there to be like a separate Spyro track, like something brand new, but I don't know, there's a whole lot of content in this game already, so if they don't do that, then I'm not gonna complain. It's
yeah, there is a lot of content in this game. However, there is like lacking of, in my opinion, of protagonists. It's because like there's way too many villains if you think about it.
I think that's just a natural thing about the Crash franchise though. I mean, for some reason they spent a lot of time like making all these different villains for Crash to fight against, but they don't seem to like be invested in giving him a lot of friends.
Yeah, I know, which I don't mind, but at the same time I think that's what the Crash series should kind of go for, because like Sonic has like Tails, Knuckles, Amy.
Sonic's like the exact opposite in terms of the situation. He has a lot of friends and not enough enemies, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is true. I guess maybe that's what makes Crash unique then.
So the next character we have is Fake Velo, and so the real Velo is like in the game. Obviously, he was reviewed back in like the it was a customization trailer. I think that's what it was called. So like obviously like that's his truest form. Like I never played Crash Nitro Kart, so I don't know too many details of the story, but I do know that like in the beginning you saw this like way bigger version of him that looked very menacing like. So when I saw pictures of that, I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I think that would be a fun character to play. I think it's very funny that like in the end he kind of reverts to like his true form, and so like having Fake Velo in there would be really cool. And there is actually some like kind of evidence that he might at least be considered.
It was like with Nolan North, the original voice actor of Engine, and Troy Baker. Do you know these guys? Like they made a voice acted as Nathan Drake and stuff like that.
I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, they got to play the game early for like their YouTube channel that they're making, and I think they asked one of the guys who was working on the game, Beanix, because they were there to, I guess, trying to point them out who was who and stuff like that. And I think Nolan North said, "Oh look, here's Fake Velo. So if there's a Fake Velo, then where's? Oh no, wait, here's the real Velo. So if there's a real Velo, then where's like a fake version?" So and like the Beanix is like, "Oh, we can't answer that right now," or something like that. So that kind
very
of
juicy.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy. So that basically links that there is going to be a real Velo. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you can play as real Velo in the Game Boy Advance game. I don't know though. I mean, not real Velo, Fake Velo. Keep getting them confused.
Oh yeah, I mean they are technically the same person, so
yeah.
I will say that like if I had a choice between playing like Fake Velo and real Velo, I definitely go for the fake one. The fake one looks badass.
Oh yeah, he's more menacing and bigger and stuff like that. While the real one is like, if for some reason they don't put Fake Velo in there, then I think it's a missed opportunity, and I'll rather have him than real Velo, because real Velo looks kind of lame.
Yeah, I mean I guess he fits the cart more, but I don't know. I think it'd be a really cool way to like just give you someone else that's like really huge in size, because I don't think there's too many of them on the roster. Yeah,
I think the only like huge ones are him if he were to join, and Tiny, and also Qualicon, because like they're really buff.
And Crunch, don't forget Crunch.
Oh yeah, Crunch.
Speaking of Qualicon, that is the last character that we'll be covering in this video at least, but like I said before, we'll be covering a few more characters in Johnny's video afterwards. But Qualicon, so he's another like character from the original trilogy, so obviously someone that a lot of people feel like should be in this game as well. I mean, was he only in like, I haven't played through all of the N64 same trilogy yet. Is he like only in Crash 1 or?
He and Embryo have only appeared in Crash 1. Actually, Embryo appeared in Crash 2, but he wasn't really like a villain or anything. But yeah, he only appeared in Crash 1 and also in Crash Bash as well. But you know, I don't think a lot of people even played that game.
Well, you'd be surprised. I feel like there's a lot of people asking for a Crash Bash remake, but that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Oh yeah. Oh no, not Crash Bash remake.
But yeah, Koala Khan, like I'm pretty neutral on him, to be honest. I mean, the only exposure I have to him is like fighting him in Crash 1. But I mean, he seems like someone that would like add a little more diversity into the game, at least in terms of like having more characters that are like really big and buff. But I don't know, he seems like to me, like I might get a lot of hate for saying this as well, but he seems to me like a bit of a lamer version of Tiny Tiger. So I'm not really itching to see him in this game. But I don't know, what do you think, Johnny?
I think I would love to see him, you know, because I like to see a lot of different species, you know, in Nitro-Fueled, because we've been seeing a lot of green guys lately in Nitro-Fueled, like Zem and Zam and Velo, you know, if they were to include the fake one and the real one. So I think having him will be a nice addition, and will also complete the like all the original trilogy characters to be in there. But yeah, I mean, compared to him and Tiny is better in, you know, in design.
I was like laughing my ass off, and like when I saw Tiny in like the intro cutscene have him basically smashing his car from dropping a nail, I'm like, yes, that's a perfect way to characterize him. They did a really good job with that one.
Oh yeah, because like also Tiny has like more personality, because you know he has appeared more in the Crash games than Koala Kong ever did, which they could change that, you know. I don't know if they'll add a cutscene specifically for Koala Kong, you know, but you know, who knows at this point. You know, they're adding a lot of stuff in this game.
Yeah, they're adding a whole lot of stuff, so I don't know, we could actually see all these characters get in, to be honest. We really don't know. I don't want to get your hopes up, like I kind of doubt there's gonna be that many more characters, but I guess you never know.
Yeah, I mean, in total we have 25 characters, and compared to that in Team Sonic Racing, like how many characters are there in Team Sonic Racing?
This makes me sad. There's 15 only, and that's definitely one of my biggest criticisms with that game. I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's like 15 characters is, compared to like this, is just like really disappointing.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't really pick up Team Sonic Racing, is because I was expecting Cream, you know, in there, and maybe even like some cool villains like Infinite, which, you know, was kind of a disappointment in Forces because we didn't really see him much. But you know, it would have been cool to see him bring back, you know, unless they're gonna get rid of him forever, which I don't want them to.
Well, there's a whole lot of people that back him. I'll tell you that right now. A whole lot of people want to see him come back for whatever reason or another. Yeah. But anyway, that is all the characters that we're going to talk about in my video, at least. And so thank you all for watching. Make sure you head over to Johnny's video afterwards to see us discuss even more characters that could be in the game. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which of these characters that we discussed do you think will make it in the game? Which ones do you want and which ones do you not want? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. And Johnny, you have anything else to say?
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future. Follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden,
which I still gotta join.
Oh yes, you gotta join the Spongy Garden. Alright, let's head over to Johnny's video.
Definitely.
A quick shout out to my special duckies, Reese Gaming and Sodden Grider. You would like to become a ducky, then please check out either my YouTube membership or my Patreon in the description box below. Thank you.